Welcome back, everybody, to Talk of the Now podcast. I'm your host, Gene, and we're back again. This is me. This is Russell with us. Hello, Mr. Russell.
Hey, Gene, good to see you, buddy.
Thank you for so much for joining me again.
Yes, happy to do so.
And my loyal co-host will be here soon, hopefully, Mr. Jason.
He
And
is en route.
yeah, we're hoping so. We're hoping that he joins us soon. I sent him
Good.
an email and I sent him a message, so hopefully he gets the memo of some kind in the internet world. Um, we were just talking off air. Just got done playing a couple games with the kids, and I was telling Russell that I stink at memory. We're playing the memory game card where there's
Yeah,
animals, and I have to
not
turn over the
great.
different ones, and
Sure.
I come in last consistently on that.
Yeah, I'm not great at that. And the last version of memory I played was some version of like Mario Kart memory, all the
Mm.
Mario characters. And this is years ago, but my kids would just wear me out.
Would they?
Yeah. Oh, you have no idea.
Nice. Um, well, this is episode number 101 for us here at Talk of the
Yes,
Now.
tremendous.
And I almost wanted to do it just to say that I did more than 100.
Yes.
So we have that little bit of a milestone.
Well, I did that years ago with a diet of mine. I decided I wanted to go 100 days without carbohydrates as best I could.
Uh-huh.
There's always a little bit here and there, but I really went basically just meat and I don't know, eggs and cheese for 100 days. And I made it. And I did great, lost like 50 pounds, never felt better. But once I hit day 100, I thought, well, I'll just keep going. And I did for another 4 or 5 days. But it was regrettable because I didn't have a target,
Uh,
I just kind of stalled out. And that was 5 years ago. So I did so well for 105 days. But
yeah.
then I've just struggled to get back on track.
Right. So yeah, we're at 100 episodes last time. Now we're at 101. And the changing of the format, if you will, is going to be this. I'm changing it up with the format of Talk with the Now podcast just to make things interesting for myself because as I've heard other broadcasters and such say, well, not that I'm a broadcaster by any means. Russell's an actual broadcaster. I
Hey,
am
you're
just a
doing it, man. You are
I'm
an
just a hack.
influencer, podcaster. You're making it happen.
And so I was I'm doing more of what I would call kind of a radio format where it's more of improv and away, and it's more of just now we will do topics. We'll bring topics to the table here, whatever it be, wherever it may be. So another game that I meant to mention to you, Russell, was Block Us. Have you ever played the game Block Us?
Yeah, that's it kind of looks like Minesweeper from years
Yeah.
ago, but it's like
It,
Minesweeper plus Tetris, and you got colored, translucent kind of cube things, right?
yes. Yeah, they're all like you get I think about five little blocks connected to each other in a row. That's the most, and they go all the way down to one. And you go across the board trying to connect them. You're connecting your different corners to each other, and you're blocking out other players. There's four total players, and they're trying to block you out, and you're trying to get rid of all your pieces. It's real fun, but it's also frustrating when you don't win. But
Yes, you will not be surprised when I tell you yet again my kids destroyed me in Blockus.
yeah, my wife has a great ability to destroy me in that game. My kids are getting better at it. It's interesting to watch kids try to learn how to, I guess, think ahead of time to do their next move. That kind of thing.
Right.
Fascinating thing I watched one time, and I'm going off into a trail here, but um, Matt Damon and his buddy Ben Affleck several years ago, they did I don't know if you've heard, I forget what it's called, but they did a little mini series, a documentary series on making a film
Okay.
where they basically put a call out to somebody that wanted to create their own movie, just for any Joe Blow that wanted to go out there and, get his camera and go out there and find people and make their own film. And they did like 3 or 4 seasons of this. But anyway, the movies turned out to be total duds, but it was fascinating to watch them go through the process as much as it wasn't staged. Who knows what was staged? But
Sure.
as they got real people, like they did like process of elimination. They brought in like all kinds of people, and they brought it down to like two or three finalists, and they finally picked one. It's a typical reality kind of show. And it was just fascinating to see how they got down to the person, and then they gave them all the ability to make a movie this
Love that.
independent filmmaker, and it's just crazy to watch to watch the behind the scenes gives you a great idea of how much goes into creating the movies. That was the best part about this show.
Yeah, I've loved movies for a long time, and I didn't specifically have aspirations to make them, but for a long time, I just assumed if I was going to have anything to do with it, I would want to be the one on camera. Like, why would anyone want to direct a movie? And then as I've gotten older, I'm like, oh, because it's your vision. And you don't have to be the one doing the acting. You've got a story you want to tell. And if others can do it better in
Hmm.
terms of the dialogue and the action, but they can, you can make what you see in your mind. I can see why someone wants to do that.
Oh yeah. Um, Project Greenlight, that's what it was called. I had to look it up.
Yeah.
So it's kind of worth checking out just to see the if anybody's into it. And being I've been extras in movies, and you definitely get a boots on the ground view of what it's like when you do an extra
Now,
in a
you
movie.
may have told others about this, but I'm unfamiliar. Tell me about being an extra, Gene.
Oh, wow. I thought I'd mention, okay. I've mentioned it on the podcast before, but
Yeah.
basically, I've been in several Marvel movies. Not bragging, that's just what happened. And
Sweet.
I went out there, and you can find me in a couple of movies. I can be found in, there's no credits. I don't get any credits or
Sure.
IBM or not like
Sure.
IBM. It's not IBM. It's not the,
IMDb.
thank you. But you can find if you know what you're looking for, you could find me in a certain Spider-Man movie, and I'm in a certain Captain America movie. You can
Sure.
definitely be found in those. Oh, and Need for Speed. I am in Need for Speed.
Love this. Well, I've never done this, but I will tell you, based on a costume party I went to this past weekend, I think I'm ready to be a fill in, a body double for Jelly Roll. You ready for this?
Oh wow, that's great.
Well, you can't really see, but
I can kind of see that there.
I
Yeah.
kind of covered myself with Sharpie. So I've got
Oh,
all the
the
Jelly Roll
tattoos.
tattoos, and we are vaguely similar in our size and in our facial hair. So I don't quite have the swagger that he does, but we had some fun with it.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty funny. Um. Well, I don't know if Jason's coming to visit us or not. I sent his email.
He will
Maybe he
be.
fell asleep.
I can appreciate this. The day is long. Life is hard. Sleep well, Jason White.
That is true. Uh, okay. Well, I gave him an assignment, and I gave you an assignment of sorts. Well, it's not really
Yeah.
an
Oh, I
assignment.
got a couple of things for us, Gene.
All right, so we're
We
going to
can.
try to figure out this, and what we got here is just I told our co-host today to bring a topic or two or whatever they want to the table, and we're just going to talk about it and see what we can dig into to see the lighter side of it or whatever.
Okay. Well, if I may, let me start with this. One of the great things about the thing I do in radio is we have passionate debates about things that don't matter. And so the one that came up this week, I was so confused by. I said something that was completely normal to me, but my radio co host Jessica was completely bothered. Now I'm going to have to explain it because if I say it, Gene, I don't even know that you're even going to notice, but
Oh,
okay.
before you start, I think you have a little bit of echo.
Okay. Let me go back. Let me kill that microphone
Okay,
and
cool.
we'll just go. I'll just talk louder.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good. We did this correctly last time, but I don't remember.
No worries.
I don't exactly recall how we did it. So we'll just go this way. Um, so here's the argument that we had, Gene. I want you to think about the grocery store that you and your family visit, whether it be Publix or Kroger, Target, Walmart, whatever.
Hmm.
I was telling a story that I was going to the grocery, and I tell whatever story I'm telling. And my partner is like, "You went where?" And I said, "I went to the grocery." And she's like, "The grocery what?" Apparently, you can't just say you're going to the grocery. You've got to say you're going to the grocery store,
Mm.
which I cry foul because the literal definition of grocery is a store that sells groceries. But her argument and many others is that if you go into a shoe store, you don't say you're going to the shoe. And if you go into a toy store, you don't say you're going to the toy. But grocery is the name of that kind of store. You don't say you don't have to say you're going to the ATM machine. ATM will suffice. And saying you will go to the grocery is plenty enough. But many of our callers and many of my friends and family, we have argued for a week. Gene, what say you?
Interesting. Wow. Okay. Oh, by the way, Jason says that he is not able to get into the meeting, of course. He just sent me a little text there. Thanks, Jason. Don't see any
He's busy
notification.
at the grocery.
Okay, so let me get this clear. You say you're going to the grocery.
Yeah, period.
Okay.
End of sentence.
And your co has looked at you like a deer in the
Yeah, she was angry and confused, and I was flummoxed. I didn't know what she was confused about. My whole family, that's just how we say it. I thought nothing of it. But it's been like a 50-50 split
really.
with everyone that I've asked since.
Mom and dad both said that growing up.
Yours did or mine did?
Yours.
Mine did. I thought everybody did. I
Yeah.
didn't, it didn't seem odd to me.
Wow. Okay.
You don't just say you're
Now,
going to the grocery?
no, I don't. We always said
Come
I'm
on,
going.
man.
We said I'm going to the grocery store, or I'm
Yeah.
just going to the store. You
Wait,
know.
all of those are fine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't correct anybody,
Right.
but it was so funny. She was bothered. Another that she gave me a hard time about is when you're asking someone about ice cream. Again, these things don't matter, but
Right.
those are the best arguments to have. And that is, would you like an ice cream? She cries foul that you have to say, would you like some ice cream or would you like ice cream? But let's say I've got a freezer full of ice cream sandwiches or something like that, a nutty buddy. I don't know.
All right.
What's the big? She knows what I mean, but she is bothered by an ice cream.
And ice cream.
Yeah, would you like an ice cream? It's very normal. You're driving by Dairy Queen or Brewster's. Anybody want an ice cream? Apparently, I'm supposed to say, would anyone like some ice cream?
I I see your point,
Yes.
and I like your point. I think your point's probably technically right,
I would
but I
think so.
say what she says.
Yeah, I'm not bothered by it. Yeah. But to me, like if someone says, do you want ice cream or some ice cream? It sounds like it's limited to a scoop.
Hmm.
Whereas if you say, would you like an ice cream? It's letting me know I've got a choice of singular items.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not one to argue this, but each day on our show, I just tell stories and she'll kind of pick apart, which is the fun of
Ah.
how we express ourselves.
So she's a semi grammar police.
It would seem to me any light ever on a patio is a Christmas light. I know they're not called Christmas lights, but you know what I mean. You go
Oh
to a
yeah.
great swanky place, they got the patio, the white lights. I'm like, yeah, the Christmas lights. It's not Christmas. I know, but you know what I'm talking about.
Right. Yeah, that's you know what? That's fascinating, and I can't think of one example of something like that right now. But your ice
Yeah.
cream thing, I know I say, "Do you want some ice cream?" Now that could be. Let me ask you this. I don't know if I've ever asked you this before. Are both your parents Southerners?
No, my father was from the north. He was from Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Now he lived here since, and he lived in Georgia up until from the age of 18, all the way until his passing a year or two ago. So he was there, I don't know, 50 years, 60 years. He was there a long time,
Hmm.
but he always identified with the North as a Yankee. I mean, he he lived in Georgia for 80% of his life, but
Uh-huh.
through and through, he was from the North.
I was just wondering if that some of that could be local lexicon, like how
Yeah,
they
it's possible.
it
Sure.
could have melted in from that. Whereas a Southerner,
Yeah,
I just know the way that we said it in my household growing up. You know,
sure.
us hillbilly, Grenetians that I grew up with, we just
Yes,
say, "You want
yes.
some ice cream?"
Who wants some ice cream?
Yeah. um, that is some funny stuff. Jason is telling me that his computer is struggling.
Ah, that's no good.
Listen, okay, while he's not on here, let me talk about him for a second.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Russell, I've been doing this podcast for nearly 5 years, maybe
Wow,
three,
yeah, yeah.
2000. Jason has a computer from hell. He does not. I've been trying to talk my semi co-host into getting a new computer for
Yeah,
several years now, and
sure.
almost every time we try to get this thing up and running, I feel like he's trying to pop the clutch to get it to go down the hill. You know what I
Sure.
mean?
Yeah, I have a coworker similar. We've known each other for a couple of years now, and to the best of my knowledge, he's never successfully logged into a Zoom meeting. Now, it's been 2 years. We all have technical issues. I mean, even my microphone, we can't quite get it to work, but I at
Uh-huh.
least logged in.
Oh, I see a Jason on the screen here. Is that
Come
you,
on,
Jason?
baby.
Come in, Tokyo. Hey, Earth to Jason. Ground control to Major Tom.
Oh, it's happening. This is
I,
exciting. It's like the big reveal.
oh, well,
I've never been so excited.
I like what you said though. I mean, I think that yeah, and ice cream. Would you like it? You know what? One
Yeah,
of the funny ones that I did think of this. If I come up to you and I got some French fries in my hand, I got a little, little McDonald's or whatever in my
yeah,
hand, and you see it and you're hungry, and we're hanging out, we're buddies, we're at McDonald's, or probably not McDonald's, but we're one of those. What are you going to ask me in order to get, you want to.
yeah. I think I'm just saying, can I have a fry? I'm not going French fry. I mean, they don't need the formalities.
You
Dispense with the
you're going to say, can
preliminaries.
I have a fry?
Can I have a fry?
Do you mean one fry?
Yeah, I think so.
Uh,
As your buddy, I'm not asking for a handful of fries. I guess it depends on the size. If we go to like Steak and Shake, where it
uh-huh.
really is the teeny tiny shoestring fry,
Yeah,
I would hope you could give me more than the one.
right.
But yeah, I try not to be greedy. I'm not trying to ask for plural, though I wouldn't be disappointed if I got more than one.
Or if they had like a bag of potato chips, say, can I have a chip? And they just give you one chip, would that disappoint you?
No, I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
If I,
okay.
if I, you know, I think if you had a bag of M&Ms and I say,
Uh-huh.
"Hey, can I have some M&Ms?" You gave me M&M. I might have an issue, but for
Yeah.
the man's fries, particularly like a big potato wedge or steak fry,
Well,
I'm
yeah,
happy
steak,
with
I
the
mean,
single.
potato wedge is like asking for a piece of chicken. I mean, that's a big one there. Um, but yeah, I thought about that before because you asked for a fry and then, you've got
Sure.
like several there. And I'd usually probably just like if I had a McDonald's, I'd probably hand you like three or so.
Well, that's generous of you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Now, let me see. My thing with sharing is my sweetheart Mandy. She and I disagree with this. I'm happy to let you have the first bite of whatever I have ordered.
Okay.
Now, sometimes she's like, no, no, you take the first bite, which is not necessary for me. And then sometimes I'll ask, would you like some? And she says, not now, maybe later. But Jane, I can't promise you there's going to be any left later. I would much rather give you the first or second bite as opposed to the last bite. I mean, that's prime real estate right there.
Uh-huh.
So the more scarce it becomes, the more valuable it gets. That's
Yeah.
why I'm happy to share freely at the beginning, but towards the end, we're running out of time, we're running out of bites, and I don't know that I want to share that.
Hmm. Yeah. I think I understand that. I think I get that. Because my wife and I, we share often, but it's funny how when you're single, you're very, you know, this is mine. When you're married, you're just like, oh, you
Just
just take,
whatever, sure,
you
yeah. And it
dive
is
right into
funny.
the
It's like
burger.
we can always order more. We don't have to be territorial. There's not. It's not really an issue of scarcity. It's tell me what you want. You want mine. You want yours. Whatever.
Yeah. This is not on my list of things that I want to talk about. But I did hear this topic today. Apparently there was this uh rivalry, one of these, and I don't care about these ex Twitter type of, sometimes these restaurants or corporations will have goofy little Twitter wars. Did you hear
Oh,
about the one
sure.
today going
Yeah.
on?
No, tell me.
Well, apparently, Chili's had a tweet, and I forget what it was. They had tweeted something, and TGI Fridays had did a tweet back to them, or an X. I guess I still call it a tweet, but they had a tweet back to them, and basically Chili said, "Let me find this. Should be right here at the top of their thing." They had said, y'all see all these other restaurants trying to copy the Triple Dipper? I forget what the Triple Dipper is.
Yeah, we that's the only thing I get there. That's their their triple version of whatever their favorite appetizers are. That's the way you go, no
Oh,
doubt.
is that the like the 10.99 one or something like
Yeah,
that?
well, it's kind of like if you want the mini burgers or the chicken fingers or they got the cheese sticks. Basically, it's just a you make your own trio of appetizers. I
Oh,
wish I didn't know that, but I know that.
I need to try that sometime. Well, I was thinking they have this other great deal right now. It's like you get burger, fry, and an appetizer and a drink for
Right,
like
right.
twelve
Sure.
ninety nine or something.
Yeah,
Um,
delicious.
anyway, so TGI Fridays um, replied to them, and there's or they did something. What did they say to them? They said something like, uh, yeah, they said y'all see all these other restaurants trying to copy the Triple Dipper, and they said TGI Fridays said us next time. And then Chili's response was, like this if you thought TGI Fridays was closed.
Yeah, I feel bad,
Got a low blow there.
but that's true. As you started that story, that was my thought is TGI Friday, you're allowed to go after Captain D's. You can go after Ruby Tuesday. If you can find a
Mhm.
Bennigan's, go for it. You can't be coming at Chili's, which is currently the king.
It
You
really
wish you
is.
could go toe to toe with Chili's. And this isn't even about my own personal preference, but in terms of sales, Chili's is dominating. And I thought that TGI Fridays had declared bankruptcy.
Yeah. The only one that I would give, if you find a good Applebee's, now not every Applebee's is the same, but if you
Yeah,
find a good one, they're pretty good too. If you find a good
sure.
Applebee's.
Yeah,
Um,
there's one in Commerce I went to. Well, honestly, it's been about a year. I think it was around Christmas of last year, but it was good. It exceeded expectations. I go there maybe once every 2 or 3 years, but based on
mhm.
my previous Applebee's experience a year ago, I should have been back before now.
Ah, yeah, the burgers I found good last time I went. And the funny thing
Yeah,
is, I have an Applebee's that's literally about 4 minutes away from me, and I've yet to go there since I've lived where I've lived, which is probably like 4 years or something, you know.
sure.
So anyway, I thought that was a funny thing that sometimes Wendy's was going after somebody at one point as well. I forget
Man,
who it was.
Wendy's will slay you. They come at you hard. It's
Okay,
weird.
do
You
they?
think the freckled redheaded girl will be nice, but her Twitter game is strong.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not throwing shade at Wendy's, but I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if they've been the same since Dave Thomas was there.
Yeah, it's been a while. I loved Wendy's as a kid, and
Hmm.
really, it was the burger place of my 20s. In college, I went so much until I was probably 25 or so. But
Oh yeah,
yeah, I probably haven't enjoyed it in 2 decades.
you ain't kidding, man.
Yeah,
I mean, there's something about being. I don't know if Wendy's are on college campuses still. I assume they are, because I haven't been to Wendy's in a good long time myself.
yeah.
But all I can say is, in college, I mean, I know inflation, but there were times where it was like looking in my wallet. Do I have $2? Oh, I got $2. Okay, I guess I'm eating dinner
We're
tonight.
going to Wendy's.
It's like I don't have any burritos left in the fridge. I don't have any peanut butter or jelly or ham
Yes.
or cheese. I guess I've ran out of ravioli. I guess I'm going to Wendy's because I found $2 in the pocket in my
Yes.
pockets. You get that dollar menu.
So good.
Um, those were the days. So my okay, the topics that I brought several just in case, but I did bring a couple here that I thought was interesting. And one of them, let's see, I'll let you choose here. Hopefully I can let you choose because hopefully I still have the topic up. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, let me do this. Do you want to go? We're going to talk about thieves and stealing, and like we're talking people that steal things. Do you want to
Wonderful.
go? Do you want to talk about people that steal jewelry or people that steal cars?
Let's go cars. I don't have a great appreciation of jewelry. Let's go automobiles.
Okay. I might mention the jewelry one briefly, but let me see here. Okay, so this is from Yahoo News. Employee. Okay, now we've all, I guess, rented a car before and that kind of thing. They seem pretty locked, like, it's not easy to steal a car or whatever when you're trying to rent a car, that kind of thing. Okay, so from the AP, employee accused of stealing. Okay, I'll let you guess. How many cars do you think this employee of Avis Budget Car Rental site at the New York airport do you think this man stole?
Wow. Well, initially I thought it was going to be one, but I guess if it's noteworthy, let's go with 12.
How about 47?
Whoa, that's an overachiever. What is he doing with all these automobiles?
I don't know. The an employee allegedly stole 47 vehicles, allegedly, from an Avis budget site at an upstate New York airport and rented them out around the region, police said Friday. The car rental company reported the authorities that the vehicles worth more than $1 million were stolen from its location at Syracuse Hancock International Airport between June and August. Is that not
I mean,
wild?
you could basically argue that he was bootlegging the vehicles because he's not selling them. He's just renting them out as though it's his own personal fleet.
Yeah.
Um, 40 some odd cars. Man, that's frightening to think he could get away with it.
And here's my other thing too. Who's doing inventory around there? Is he the inventory guy?
I guess he was.
I mean, I've been to one of these places before, and there's usually more than one guy.
Yeah.
Did like is like a Megan over there? Is she not noticing that? Hey, oh, I don't know where 20 cars went.
I think she's too busy keeping up with the battle between TGI Fridays and Chili's. And so, meanwhile, out the back door, this fella's taking 4 dozen vehicles.
I can't get over this. It's like what? How do you? And like his boss or does the regional manager stop by and say, "Wow, I guess we're done. Business is going pretty good. We've only got 3 cars
Yeah,
in the lot."
man. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, the fleet is gone. Yeah, you would think it'd be hard to hide that in the numbers. We don't
Right.
have record revenue, but we have a record in terms of empty lot.
I think that we could chalk him up to smart criminal for the most part,
Yeah,
or smarter criminal. Not a
sure.
lot of most criminals are dumb, right? But
It would seem that way. Yeah. Crime doesn't pay, Gene, until it does.
well, the other thing that I was going to mention, maybe we'll talk more about it next time because it'll be a little bit older by then. But have you heard about the Paris theft of the
This is
Louvre
incredible. Like it feels strange. I never understand when they steal what they call priceless,
crown jewels?
jewelry. What
Yeah.
are you going to do with it if you can't sell it? I don't understand.
Do you break it down? I mean, are you that much of a monster that you break down centuries old crown jewels just to
I probably not. Yeah, I don't think they're going to melt it down for scrap. I would hope not.
like, look, I got this diamond, and the guy's looking at it like, yeah, you've got a diamond, all right.
Yeah, you open up the trench coat. Would you like a watch?
Look at this crown. It got a nice little. And apparently they've caught. I did hear an update today that they've apparently caught like 7 of them, and there's they still don't know where the item. They haven't recovered anything. They've caught
Yeah,
7 suspects, but they haven't found anything yet. So,
sure.
man, that's uh that's kind of a scary thought.
That is. Um, my story does not involve criminality. It's actually back to grocery stores, if you will allow it.
Oh yeah, we
Now, I
got
did not.
5 minutes.
I did that perfect. I did not mean to bring 2 stories about grocery stores, but this one comes out of Denmark, I think it is. Now, if you're in public, how do you signal that you want to talk to people? And the way they've decided it is they have a flirt basket. And this is color coded baskets. Basically, green means go, you can talk to me. Red means leave me alone, I'm shopping. But I
Oh,
think in general, not just grocery stores, but anywhere we go, I'm trying to strike up a conversation. Many times people just simply do not want to talk to me. But if we had some sort of color coding so I could know, please proceed with the pleasantries, I would appreciate that.
and interesting.
If you were going to have a color coding at the store, You're heading to the store of any variety. Are you wanting to signal to strangers you can talk to me, or please leave me alone?
You know, I think that's an interesting concept. I think most of the time that I'm going to the grocery store, see, I'm kind of a weird bag when it comes to my social life
I
because
love that.
I have two modes. I have social butterfly mode, and then I have task oriented, get out of my way. I'm on a mission mode.
Yes,
And when
yes.
and when usually when I'm going to the grocery store, because they're not my favorite places to go, I will go in there on a mission, and my mission is to get Bubba burgers, or is to go get some potato chips, or whatever we forgot to get for dinner. And I'm going in there on a mission, and I need to be back by 6 so the wife can get cooking or
Yeah,
whatever, because I don't cook that much. But so usually it's mission mode. However, usually let me use the Home Depot example because that's more of my wheelhouse. If I'm trying to do a repair around the house or trying to get something done, I'm going to go to Home Depot. Sometimes I'm on the mission mode because, I've got to replace the fill valve in the toilet and, we got to use the toilet around here. So, I'm going to go, I'm going to get on that mission. But a lot of times, most of the time, if I'm working on a Saturday and, I need to get a new sponge because I need to wash the car and I hadn't bought a sponge in 3 years, I'm probably going to go there and I might just very well, if I see the guy, in the tool section, just, yak it up with him for a minute. So I do, that's an interesting idea if you wanted to just to grab that and stick it on your side or
yeah. I
something.
would like to know. Yes, I'm either talking then walking, or I'm walking and talking. I'm happy to talk all the time. It's just a matter of whether I want to do it on the go or not.
Hmm. Yeah, my grandmother, my mom's mom, she was I don't know that she went to the store to shop so much as she did to talk. I think she went there to meet new people. I think that she
Yeah,
would actually
yeah.
she would actually go there, and before you know it, she's best friends with the bag boy.
That's the way to go. My family asks when we're out and about if I'm running for mayor because I'm always just talking to people. Now, I try not to impede their progress. It's just a quick little hello. If we're walking into a restaurant and you're walking out, I'll just ask, how was it? Was it delicious? What did you get? But I'm continuing to walk. They're continuing to walk. I'm not trying to stop anybody, but just
Mhm.
something more than hello.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this then. Excuse me. Okay, if you're going to let's say you're at the DMV or you're going to renew your license, you're going to, you're standing in line at Disney World or you're standing in line to get tickets to the concert that you've been meaning to go to,
Yeah.
and you're looking at the line, you've got another 45 minutes. Like you just got in line. How long is it going to take you before you try to make small talk with the people around
No, 10 seconds.
you?
We're in. I'm conducting a podcast. I don't need a camera. I'm just asking
Nice.
them questions. I like to interview people.
Yeah.
I don't have that many stories to share. I will ask so many questions, make them feel important because they are important to me. We have a
Hmm.
shared space. We're waiting for Thunder River. Let's do this.
Hmm. I I do it. I do it too. I'm bad about. I don't know if it's bad, but I will sit there and I will read the room and try to say, does that person want to talk? I don't know. She's had the hoodie over her head for 10 minutes looking at her phone. I don't think she wants to talk. Or I'm looking behind me at the guy and he has this worried look or whatever. And
Yeah.
usually I will throw something out there like, man, this line sure is long, isn't it? You know.
Well, I have pretty much determined if I'm wondering, do they want to talk? The answer is always no, they don't.
Yep. And that's fun. 'Cause you never know what somebody's been going through too, because they might have just been
Yeah.
like, I just last thing I wanted to be was in this stupid line, and here you are.
We're just making friends.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I remember one time, I'll do this quick story because we got about a minute left here. I
Great.
was in line to vote. I don't know why I decided to vote early, but I got there and I saw how long the line was, and I was like, I'll just stick it out. And it turned out to be a 2 hour sticking it out thing. And and I brought a book with me because everybody was. for the most part, everybody was standing there pretty quietly or whatever, and I was like, all right, this seems like a pretty quiet crowd. I don't want to be the guy that's just talking. They want me to shut up. So I just started reading my book and I kept reading. This couple next to me, by the time we got to about the 30-minute mark or whatever, I was like, all right, the extrovert in me came out. I was like, hello, so what are you, how are y'all from around here?
Sure.
And before I know it, I'm telling them about the biography that I'm reading. And
That's great.
so,
I
Russell,
may
yeah, go ahead.
carry a book. I'm not reading a book. Gene, thank you, buddy.
It's been a pleasure, man, having you on again. Um,
Enjoyed it.
we'll try to do it again. I'm glad you came on. Sorry,
Enjoyed it, man.
hopefully Jason will meet us next time. He'll be on here.
I hope he's okay. He and his computer.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Well, we'll talk to you next time. Thanks to everybody for joining us. Have a good one.